Yeah, okay, time to live free. Plenty goals I'm achieving. Some real life topics and talking financial freedom. Mindset, soul and love, everything in between. This is Freedom Podcast. Tune in, live free. Hey, got my mindset right and I got the drive. Planning one day, no more job, no more 9 to 5. Love, money, mind. Love, money, mind. This is Freedom. Tune in, cause it's going down. Woo!
Hi, this is Anna, and welcome to another episode of Your Freedom Podcast. In this episode, I interview Emma Deeks. Wow, what a girl Emma is. Emma is a transformational coach for women, focusing on well-being and style and how we dress. And she has an awesome business where she really coaches people with her programs and also makes her own fashion brand. So awesome to interview Emma. Can't wait for this episode, and I know that you're going to love it. Hi, Emma. Great to have you on the show.
Hi, everybody. I'm excited.
I know. We've known each other. I was trying to think, actually. We've known each other about a year, I think, or maybe a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think we have. Yeah, when you start thinking about it. Yeah. Wow. Oh my gosh.
And we've connected quite a bit recently with lots of things that are kind of synergetically flowing together, with a lot of kind of overlap of our goals with focusing on women, really, and just helping women feel better, I think summarizes it. That's where our synergy lies, I think. So yeah, it's great to have you on the show. And I can't remember what I was going to say now. So Milgin, just edit that bit out. So yeah, it's great to have you on the show. And I think we connected initially because of your fashion and style brand. With everything that you do with the Prodigal Fox, which we'll get to. But I know you're also a transformational coach, and you really focus, like I say, on women feeling better and loving themselves a bit more, which I think is really important right now.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, that is my main thing. So shall I give you a little bit of my background and tell you a bit about me a little bit? I
was going to say, how did it all begin? Sorry, because that's.
Well, I think, if I'm honest, it began probably when I was about 12, when I was sat in science, and it was so boring. I was like, I'm not doing this for my job. I started doodling this like little design. I was like, oh, that's going to be my logo. Yes, I'm going to be a fashion designer. And ever since then, that's just where it's been. I took textiles at school, did it for A-level, went on to university. And I don't know, I think when I was growing up, I did really struggle to find clothes to fit me properly because I was quite tall. Everything was either like really, really short or, nothing ever sat right with me. I had I wouldn't say no one has an awkward figure, but I just didn't fit that sort of what I'm expected to fit. Yeah. So that's why I love textiles anyway, and I started making my own stuff from a very young age. Like I said, from 12, just like pinning stuff together, going out. And then people are like, oh, I want to do that to me. So it sort of started very young.
Oh, that's good. I didn't know.
Yeah, so then we'd be going out and we're not having anything to wear. Go and get your mum's tablecloth, and we'd be like pinning it at the back and just putting it. And before you knew it, we had this like little dress going off. Oh, I like that. So it did, and then I realized that my love for made to measure became very apparent then as I got older, because obviously where I'd sort of pinned it in as being a younger person, obviously then that did fit my figure and my shape, and that's where it all sort of came from, really. So then I just started working for myself, sewing for people in the local area. When I went to university, I had quite a lot of different people. In fact, I worked alongside quite a few of the like footballers' wives then, and that sort of like circle I managed to sort of get in there. So I was making clothes for lots of different ladies, really, and I really loved it. And then I met my husband and moved to Sheffield, and I decided to start my own business. And that was just like a little local shop, really, your little local boutique, and I just sort of did a lot of alterations and made things. And then Jessica, my sister, she was doing a bit of her fashion side, and we just sort of said, shall we start a fashion brand together? And that's where it came from, really.
Yeah. No, I didn't realize that I've always been envious of people like you that can be that creative, because I'm the sort of person that just like put something on and it doesn't kind of, like I need to I need the advice with style. My cousin, who's really good at it, she always like, I always go like clothes shopping with her because she'll go, this will fit, suit you, or yeah, she always just
Yeah.
knows the style, and she's always kind of wanted to be, what is it like, you know, where you're a dresser for someone famous, what's it called, the style, like
Yeah, a stylist. Yeah, yeah.
like it's just been her like hobby really. But I think for people who can be creative like that, it's a real skill that you probably just take for granted now.
Yeah, probably do, like you're saying it to me, and I'm like, oh right, I don't. But you are very creative, so that surprises me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm creative in other ways, but I think as regards to, it's like I know designs that I like, but I couldn't then go and do the design. You know, it's like a lot of my Amazon and Etsy students.
Yeah,
I'll be like, I go and outsource someone to do. I can do Canva and things like that. But,
yeah,
you know, like I would get a designer in where some people just really are great at doing that and love to do it, whereas I'll fiddle around for hours and it
yes,
still won't look like how I want it to look. I know what looks good, but I can't kind of do it myself. Whereas I
yeah,
think some people, and I reckon you are that type of person, where you can just kind of like just do a few tweaks. It's there, you know what I mean? It looks good.
yeah, yeah. I do tend to. I am a bit renowned. My husband goes a bit mad actually. If we're going to a wedding or a do or anything, I'll be there in the morning. You're not making your dress now, are you? Yeah, I'm just starting it. It'll take me about an hour. I won't be long. It's like, oh. Whereas I'm like what you said, oh, I'll have a bigger sleeve, I'm going to put this cuff on. As you can see, I've sort of clashed up my print there. So yeah, just all stuff like that. I love it. Yeah, I really feed off that.
I think what's great about what you're doing with the Prodigal Fox, with the style den, and obviously we can put all the links for people who are interested what it is in the, if you listen to this on iTunes, it'll be in the show notes. If you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, it'll be in the comment section. But I think what's great is that for me, because I've always had big boobs, and you know, like your normal dresses, it's like it either would then be bigger at the waist than you know, buying things like that has always been difficult for me. Like you say, I don't think I think there are some women that fit into what the average size is.
Well, there must be, because they keep making them.
Yeah, but different shops have all different sizes.
Yeah,
don't they?
totally. Yeah.
And so I think what's great is like what you're offering as regards to like completely unique materials, because this is why I wanted to get involved in it. Different materials, different styles that you're getting from the high street, so you can really feel like you've got a unique dress. I mean, there are quite a few of us now, so when we do meet up, it's like, oh, there's a Prodigal Fox number, because we know the materials. But generally, for people outside that group, you know, it's going to be made to measure to your shape. And I think the essence behind it all as well is that you've got this real sort of passion where you really want women to feel good about themselves. So it's not just about buying clothes, you know. So tell us a little bit about what you do within the Prodigal.
Yeah, so that's it really. Like you said, like I think obviously from an early age, I realized that the difference how I felt having something properly fit me right meant when I went out, I enjoyed my night a lot better. I felt more confident. I felt more comfortable. I just enjoyed myself in general. And I felt much more positive and happier. And it all started with what I put on and how it fit on me. And having experienced that myself, I really wanted to share that with as many other women as possible. And this is probably why the brand first started, because obviously it's to share that knowledge and for the people to experience what I experienced really. Like you should not have to, I mean, I don't know if you're guilty of this or not, but I know a lot of women that I work with we have a wardrobe perhaps stacked full of stuff and you pull something out and you put it on, you think, oh, I don't like that, I look fat in it, oh, this doesn't suit me, oh, I don't like it, and you take it off and you just throw it around and you grab something else, and in the end you think, oh, this will do, and you go. And then the whole of that day your mind is so focused on how you looked in that particular moment that actually it's really hard to move your energy onto something more positive. And from that, your day can actually turn out pretty negative. You can snowball. Then you can be angry at yourself because you set off late, you get stuck in traffic, and before you know it, you arrive at work and like, oh, and then an email will come through and you're like, ah, and then by the time you go home, you just like, you know, you're wired and you're snapping and I don't want to do tea. And we've all been there. And literally what I say to women is, you've pulled that out, you've tried it on, you don't like the way you look in it, you don't like the way you make it feels on you, just give it away, put it in a charity bag, give it to somebody else. And then that way you never, ever have to feel that way again. Because really in your wardrobe, whatever you choose to pull out and put on, you should love the way it feels on you. And if you can get dressed like that every morning, and I'm not saying you have to rush out and get a whole new wardrobe, you don't. You just have to cipher through the stuff that you love, because we all have those favorite pieces. We all have those bits that we like the way they look on us. And they're the things we should focus on and wear more, you know, and then replace it as and when we need to with something else that we love. Or if there's, you know, sometimes alterations are really good for that, because if you feel like your sleeves are a bit big, it can make you feel sloppy and not feel like you look nice. But actually just a little tweak and making the arms a bit shorter, you know, you can take it to any decent alteration place between like 10 and 15 pounds, and all of a sudden you can have a dress or a top that you love wearing just by making a little switch. So I do say spend some time, not bags of time, but just half an hour, or do it gradually. Every time you go to get dressed in the morning, if you generally put something on, you think, I don't like this, you don't like the way it makes you feel, then when you take it off, don't just put it back in your wardrobe to feel like that again next week. Because, you know, we want to embrace life, we want to enjoy life. And I think it does start with what you wear. And that's why when we started Prodigal Fox, and especially now I've continued it on, it's all about how women feel in clothes. It's all about, like you were saying with your bust down, like I've got one of our wrap style blouses on, but sometimes when you're quite busty, you feel these don't fit you because they open wide and you're constantly fiddling. But actually when it's made to measure, you know, it can sit quite high, or you can move it and have it quite low. So it does make a big difference when you put something on, how it feels on you.
Exactly.
And that's what I want all women to experience, because some women, it's very hard to shop. People don't like it, you know. And
I didn't, you know what I
and
mean? Whereas I love it now.
That's why it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like, oh, I don't want to go because I won't find anything that looks nice, I won't feel right. You should, you know, you're spending money on clothes, you should be excited, you should be giddy, you should be really like, yeah, I've got my new dress, I love it, where am I going? Well, I've got a new top, and you should put it on and, I don't know, go to work, and your energy is different because people will say to you, oh, you look nice today.
Well, that's what I had. I was in the fish and chip shop.
Brilliant. I love this. This is what it's all about.
With the cow print dress on. I don't even know where I was going. Why was I in the fish and chip shop with my cow print dress?
Doesn't matter. That's my point. You
That's
just
the
need to
thing.
have it on.
Exactly. Since I've been doing your subscription, like I just wear stuff that I probably wouldn't wear at different times, you know, especially when the weather was nicer. I mean, we're getting the weather a bit back now. But it's so many people have admired, especially that one, but just all of them actually have said, oh, that's not, you know, and then that makes you feel really good, because you like, it's like you've got something unique as well. And also someone, you know, complete stranger sort of making a comment just generally is going to make you feel good anyway. And I've always gone, yeah, it's my friend's business.
It's my bestie.
Go and check out Prodigal Fox online. But I think also that I love the subscription thing, because yes, you people could buy it. Sometimes like getting round to it, and obviously I'm a distance from you as well. So I think what's good is that it's like, oh, you know, you've got like a couple of items coming, you know, and it gets quite exciting that you've got, and it's something for you, you know what I mean, every month. So yeah, I think what you're doing is absolutely fab. But I know it's not just that, is it, that you're doing, because you're doing a lot of stuff around coaching women.
I mean, like you said, going back to the subscription. So for those of you that don't know me, we do have a Facebook group called Style Den, and it's just all about really, obviously, fashion and style, but well-being, making yourself feel positive about yourself. That's our main ethos there, really. And the subscription, we decided after lockdown that everybody has sort of got themselves into a place where they didn't want to go out, or they didn't know what to wear anymore, because we'd all been locked down for so long. So we created the subscription. Obviously, it's any 2 items a month. It's £89, but these are bespoke, made-to-made dresses, tops, trouser suits, pajamas, whatever you like. You can literally show me a picture and I can create that for you with our fabrics, or we can give you advice what we think would suit your shape, what colours we think would look good, we can do it like a video one-to-one, or if you're local or you want to come and see us, we do it that way. But we just wanted to offer something that was like really good value for money. You're going to know when it comes, you're going to love it, you're going to enjoy wearing it, you're going to feel confident in it, and it's going to get us out of that mentality that I think so many of us got stuck in during lockdown, you know, and really lift our spirits. Like you say, it's quite exciting now, having your one-to-one video call, picking your fabrics, and on a lot of the lives we do in style, then it is like, oh, we've got a new fabric in, oh, look at this, you know, and it just makes you open your eyes to things and think, oh, I could wear that, I want to wear that, rather than sticking with the same stuff and feeling a bit withdrawn, really, because that's what it does. It makes you feel withdrawn inside. And actually, when you put something on that you love, like you said, that when people compliment you, Anna, that's because they can see your energy, you know, like if you wore that dress but you're a bit like withdrawn, no one's saying you're looking nice, but it's how you feel. You know, it's radiant, it attracts people to you to say, oh, you look lovely, like, oh, thank you. You know, and it does, it push on a high, you know, and you do walk out the chip shop like, yeah, I got my chips on my face, I'm going to enjoy this. But, you know, it's this really good energy to feel like happy inside, because we just achieve so much more when we bring that in any situation.
Do you,
so, yeah.
Question that I don't know whether, do you ship out of the UK?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I mean, if anybody wants to order, we supply anywhere. We're not picky. We're open to anybody. Yeah, we do ship outside the UK. I think we don't have any subscription holders outside the UK actually, but we do get obviously orders. Australia is quite popular for us actually, randomly.
Yeah. It's just because I know that there's people that listen to this that are global. So
I'd love to take the subscription global.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, obviously you've had like you've shared your journey from, you know, when you were 12, creating different designs and, you know, kind of making up stuff as you've gone along, and you've created this great business. And there's Jackie as well involved, who does a lot of the sort of style, and it's all been really positive. A lot of the people that I've interviewed on this podcast have been through challenges, and I know that everyone's been through a challenge, whether it's been through their business or through their personal life. And I think I'm a big believer that by sharing our stories of our struggles, and some are traumatic, more traumatic than others, but nobody's got a perfect life, you know. That I believe that by sharing our stories, it really does help people, especially after the last couple of years, with people going through such an uncertain time, and some people losing their jobs, and, you know, marriages breaking down, and getting ill, or knowing loved ones that have been ill. And I talk about these 3 pillars: freedom in love, which is all about self-care and self-love; freedom in money, because without money and finances, you know, we struggle, don't we? And freedom in mind, which basically encompasses everything else, because those have been the 3 things that have helped me get equilibrium in my life. Because when I wasn't looking after myself, because I think sometimes as mums or as women, we give so much to everybody else and we neglect ourselves. The seesaw was imbalanced. When I was sort of struggling financially, you know, that was pressure. And also when my mindset was wrong, you know. So I don't know if you can relate to any of those. And maybe if there's anything, because there's people that are listening to this who could be going through a really bad time. And yeah, it'd be great for them to check out Prodigal Fox about how they can feel better. But I think sometimes as women, we need to like be inspiring people to keep on going in their life and actually set up a business or leave them, not telling them to leave the husband, but not be sat in a relationship that they hate. And I know, like any a business owner, it won't have been plain sailing for you. So we've all had challenges. So I don't think there's anything you want to share on that side of things.
Yeah, to be honest, like you said, we all go through different dips, don't we? And I think what we've always got to remember is it is just a dip. There's always the up, there's always the other side. And I think throughout probably my life, when I have been in certain situations where I've been very low, and especially running your own business, one minute you can be like, oh, yeah, woo, I'm on my way, I've done it. And the next minute, like, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay a bill? How am I going to even buy beans for tea? You know, I've been in that situation anywhere, whereas one minute you're on a high, the next minute there's nothing. How am I going to carry on? How am I going to do anything? And when you feel that broke, it does break a part of you inside. And you can't, you feel suffocated. How am I coming out of this? And whether it is financial or emotional, I'm sure the feeling is the same, that sort of like suffocation. And but I think it's just really important to remember, and I love listening to a lot of podcasts and audible books about people's journeys and their stories, because it really inspires me. And I think, no matter what dip you in, someone's been there and got out of it.
Exactly.
No matter what. And I think that's I'm listening to it at the minute, and it's called like Homeless to Billionaire. And actually I was having a bit of an argument with my dad the other day, because I was like, there are no decent billionaires in the world, Emma. I was like, there's got to be one. There's got to be one. No one's totally corrupt. And then I found this audio, and it was this guy that is like, literally is the loveliest man in the world. He's gone from being homeless to being a billionaire, And when I listen to some of his stuff, I think, so no matter what you've been through, someone's done it already. And out there is someone's story that you can listen to that will bring you up and lift you up, because nothing lasts forever. We do dip and,
exactly.
And I think every time you dip a little less low. Does that make sense? Once you've really hit that bottom dip, and you've decided, I'm not going there again. And then you fight and you climb and you make your way a bit higher. You might go down again, but you keep going. And I think that's just what you've just got to put into perspective, and really like think to yourself, do you know what? In 10 years' time, am I still going to be here? Is this still going to be affecting me? No, it's not. So why am I letting it do that to me now? Make the change now.
Exactly.
Change your life now if you can. If something's really making you feel that, well,
it's that
sad.
whole thing when you keep going back to the same point, where you've like, I think sometimes we look at social media and we look at Facebook and see all these families in perfect pajamas at Christmas. That's what I was looking at. And
I did not do that.
American thing, and it's come here now. But everybody shares the best parts of their life.
Yeah.
Or Instagram, don't they? I think there's more people now sharing the down times. But when you're on a low, you feel like, oh my God, it's just me. And actually, like you say, I like that. I like what you said about the dips, because when you do hit like a rock bottom thing, you never go that far again once you start coming, as far once you hit that little rock bottom, you never get there.
That's it, yeah.
And I think once you've been able to climb back from that, then you can kind of deal with a lot of other things. I remember getting a puncture in my car, and I was picking the boys up, and I was like, oh well, let's go for a walk. And we went to the sweet shop, got some sweets. By the time I got back, the guy was there to fix it.
Oh,
so it was all like really smooth, like
yeah.
But I'd been on the phone to my mum, and she was all like panicking about it, and I was like, look, it's fine, it's not the end of the world, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Whereas years ago I would have stressed about something like that.
Yeah.
And I think probably because I've gone through other things that have been worse, it's just like, look, at the end of the day, it's a tire. Do you know what I mean? I've kind of got that natural built-in gratitude. Don't get me wrong, we all get stressed over certain things. But I think you're right in that rock bottom thing, because I think with this podcast, I just want to help people who could be going through a difficult time. I've had people who have been complete strangers, like you launch something and all your sort of group or friends and kind of customers all support you, don't they, and give you good feedback.
Yeah.
What's really lovely is I have like complete strangers reach out now to say, I've been listening to the podcast, it's really made a difference. This has been going on in my life, type of thing. Because I do think that nothing is perfect. We share inspirational people, but every inspiring person or successful person has had shit in their life, whether it be through their business or their personal journey. And that's what I love about the belief coding that Jess has been doing, because that enables you to be able to, it is our fears and limiting beliefs that stop us, isn't it?
Yeah.
From
and
believing
actually,
we can do something.
Yeah, it's funny you brought that up, because obviously that obviously I'm a facilitator like you, Anna, and last night I just felt I needed a session, so I just put it on the group, and then one of the ladies like, I'll do you on, and talking about like your own insecurities and everything coming out. So the bottom line was that I'll share this with you. I'll be quite open now. Normally I wouldn't have done this but I will. I've been doing some chakra work on my throat to speak my truth. So yeah, and it basically took me back to, because I broke my nose when I was younger and I never felt beautiful. And I always felt like the ugly sister, the ugly friend. And I still obviously felt like that right up until last night. But what I'd done is I'd attached my sort of value of things to, so for example, if I got a nice, like if I bought something like a nice pair of shoes, it made me feel prettier. Yeah. So I attached sort of my value to things, to how I felt. So I really felt, and I think that's why, like, we talk about money blocks or, you know, emotional blocks. But for me, I feel like I didn't deserve the money to buy nice things because I wasn't pretty enough.
Yeah.
You know, but obviously on a conscious level, I'd have never have said that about myself. I'd have never put that down there. But in that moment, and, you know, the memory took me back to when I was younger and something that a family member had said to me. And obviously as a child, it's haunted me. And I've released it last night with belief coding, and I feel so much different today, you know. And I would never, it's so bizarre because obviously it's another lesson for me, because obviously I'm doing the transformational coaching with ladies all about feeling good about themselves. Yeah. And yet on the inside, I'd had this epiphany and awakening. Oh my gosh, so all this time I've not really felt pretty. And everybody should feel pretty. Everybody should feel beautiful, you know.
But it's weird, isn't it, how you're not aware of these things.
Yeah.
But we know there's certain blocks. You know what I mean? We know there's sort of a block, but we don't know the answer. And that's the power of belief coding, to get that. Yeah. Release that and remove it.
So I love combining the two, probably like what you can do as well with your business and stuff. I love combining, you know, if you don't feel right in something or you don't think anything suits you, we can like see where that comes from and change that belief, because we've just attached a negative attachment, a negative emotion to it, haven't we? Like panic, like anxiety, like that. And if we can remove that thread, which is what belief coding does, then nothing should really hold us back. We're going to rise up. Woohoo!
Exactly. And explain what you're doing with the transformational coaching, because I know that's been.
So it is. It's a 6-week program that probably our next one that we're launching. Probably I'll give you the dates and you can perhaps upload it. But basically, it's a program for women that perhaps want a change in their life, and it's more about a change, not necessarily appearance, but say for example you're someone that always perhaps dresses in black and you want to wear more color. You feel really nervous about going out in social situations because actually you don't really know what to wear, or when you do show up you think everyone else looks better than you. You know, if you're someone who struggles with like I said, just getting dressed in the morning, it's a lot of self-love work, it's a lot of self-healing work, and it's getting you from sort of this withdrawn person that doesn't feel they belong, to B, the transformation on the outside and the inside with what you're wearing, more confidence, more courage to speak up what you want to say, the confidence to perhaps go where you want to go, ask people for what you want to do, actually say how you feel, you know, and just it's liberating. And why I always think you've got to be living your best life. So if you're not doing it now, why not? When are you going to start this? Do not put it off any longer, because actually it's short. So what's the point in staying in this place where you feel insecure, you feel unhappy? No, in 6 weeks, we can get you to a place where you are going to absolutely love yourself.
And I also think if there's other women that are in, I presume it's a group thing you're doing, is it?
Yeah, so it's a bit of both actually. It's the one-to-one will be the belief coding. So there's like 6 sessions in there. Obviously you get closing with it as well. Because for the final look, but also there's some group coaching. So we've got the makeup artist from Loose Women, the head makeup artist from Loose Women. So she will be doing a tutorial, and I'm not just talking about like contouring our whole face. It's looking what's in your makeup bag and how you can apply that and enhance your own features. You know, because everyone just wants an everyday little makeup routine. And so like for me, for example, my thing is, I don't know if you can see, if I feel a bit like, I'll put a bright lipstick on, because instantly it lifts my complexion, it lifts my face, and it makes me look happy. And people always say, oh, you look nice. And all I've done is put a bright coloured lipstick on. That's it. So just little things like that. So we've got her coming in there and doing a tutorial. Obviously, we dive deep into your wardrobe. We dive deep into your style, your shape, because a lot of people are like, oh, that won't suit me. I'm a square. Oh, well, I'm a pear. No.
Yeah, we've got all these
who feels good about being a pear? Who feels good about being a square? No. Like, why would you tell yourself that? Instantly, I'm like, no. Everybody has got this hourglass figure. It's just some people are bigger here, some people are bigger below. Everybody's got that shape, and if you wear the right clothes, you will see it. Like, I hate how people put themselves in these categories, and it's come from, like, you know, you look back at these old-fashioned books. I've got one myself, body shape, a square, and I'm thinking, why would any? Because someone's got broader shoulders, that doesn't make you a square.
Yeah.
You know, you're still a beautiful woman. We're not. Why would we put ourselves into that sort of category? So it's just looking at stuff from a different perspective and making you. It's a lot of self-love and self-healing, but also the end result is you've transformed. You're a different person, and we all do it, don't we? All see that woman in the street and we think, oh, she looks really nice. Yeah. Well, do you know what? 6 weeks, that's going to be you. Everyone's going to be turning around and saying, oh, she looks really nice. So that's the concept behind it.
Like you say, it's not just about clothes. It's about the inner work, isn't it? On everything, because it's how you wear those clothes. And that all comes from you and your subconscious and how you really feel about yourself. So I think
we get so deep.
No, I think what you're doing is absolutely amazing for women.
Oh, thank you. Well, I think what you're doing is amazing. I love it. I love working with you. I love it. It's great.
You really sort of like helping people feel better about themselves, which we all need. I think everybody does, to be fair. Yeah, everyone's got some kind of insecurity. I don't care who they are. So everyone can do it. So anyone that's listening to this is thinking, oh my God, I want to be transformed. You'll be able to see in the comment section or in the show notes, depending on where you're listening, you'll be able to see some links to Emma's details, her transformational 6-week program, and also the Style Den group. So make sure that you come into the Style Den group.
Yes, please join us. I'd love to meet you all. It'd be amazing. Thank you.
I'm in there. It'd be great to get you in there. So really, I'm going to just round things up now, and I've got the big question. In what we did on the birthday episode, because we're coming up to 2 years now.
Wow, that's amazing, Anna. That is like, well done. That's
what we
amazing.
Did on the birthday episode is we cut the answers to not everybody's, but we picked about 10 people, and we cut the answers to this question because it was quite interesting hearing back to back, because there's no right or wrong. To what does freedom mean to you? So what does freedom mean to you, Emma?
Well, I think freedom to me, Anna, me personally, and I think it means, so I do have the freedom with my job to pick and choose how I work. If I want to go for a coffee at 10 o'clock, I can. If I want to book a meeting at 10 o'clock, I can. Having the freedom to actually have control of how I live my life is something I'm so grateful for every day. And if there is anybody listening out there that wants to have that, then do it now. Make the changes, because honestly, having that, waking up every day, knowing you've planned your day and knowing you've controlled it and everything you've done, it just gives you freedom. That is freedom to me.
It is. It's freedom and flexibility, isn't it? To be able to do.
Yeah. And it's such a luxury, because I know not everybody has that. And I'm so grateful that.
I know, sometimes I take it for granted, because recently I look back and I thought, oh my God, I hit my goal. I hit my goal from 2013. And I hadn't, because your goals become bigger. And it's not because I'm greedy. It's just that you achieve something, so you then want to make a difference in something else. Or we've always got ideas like we've been chatting recently. We're on to the next thing, and we're kind of And I thought, I haven't sat back and congratulated myself. Bloody hell, and I think, like you're saying about the tube, I think I realized in COVID, I thought I just need my laptop. I'm kind of, I don't. My old world, I was like a sales rep on the road. And so touching base with people that I knew that are still in that role, they couldn't go out. They were trying to sort of frantically do stuff online. And The only thing that was driving me insane was homeschooling. But I was kind of grateful for that as well, because it was like spending time with them, not all the time, when they were driving me insane, eating all the treats.
Oh, I know, that's it.
It was like the crisp and chocolate was just like out of here constantly. But we also have to kind of congratulate ourselves as women, because I think we forget to do that and celebrate our wins, no matter how big or small they are. But to go back to what you were saying about the freedom and being able to choose the time, I think it is something to feel really grateful for. And I think I put it off for like I knew I wanted to set up a business, but I kept going, oh yeah, I don't know how. I kept giving myself excuses. And I think women more than men do tend to sit on the fence a lot, because it's fear. We talk ourselves out of stuff and we overanalyze. But like Emma said, just go for it. If you've got an idea, just go for it, and just reach out to people that you look at that have already done it, because that's what I was doing. Like you were saying with the podcast, I was finding people that there's always someone that's ahead of us that we can go, oh, they've done it, I can learn from them. So yeah, I think that's what freedom does bring us, doesn't it? A lot of it brings us time to be able to choose what we want to do. And if we do want to, sometimes if I've had a launch or whatever, like recently with the Etsy stuff, I was putting more hours in, but then other times it's like you can just decide, can't you, and flex it really.
And it is something to be really grateful of, that, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Well, brilliant. Great to have you on the show.
I've loved it. Thank you so much.
Really inspiring. I've heard, I didn't know that it all started when you were 12. And
so thank you to my science teacher for being so boring.
And also hearing more about your transformational coaching as well, because I saw that you were doing it. I didn't know the full detail. And I think that sounds bad. I think really congratulate yourself for doing that, because it's inspiring hearing that you're doing that, and I can hear the passion that you really want to help women. So
I love it.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, I think you're right there, like what you were saying about like hitting your goal, and you haven't even stopped to say well done, Anna, because you've got a new goal. And I think a lot of us, I know I write a lot of lists down, stuff I need to do, stuff I'd like to achieve, and actually I found an old notebook the other day, and I went through it and I ticked every single one off. I've done it. So I think, do write things down and go back and have a look and just say thank you. Like, give yourself a pat on the back, because obviously, literally, you've achieved this. This is massive. This is huge. You've achieved this. You've achieved what you set out to do. But like you said, we're just moving on to the next stuff, and we don't stop and think how great we actually are.
Exactly.
We don't know, do we? And I think every single one of us, every single one listening or watching, everybody's so great. Everyone's got some greatness inside, some gift, some passion, some power. So bring it out, bring it to the world, show them. I'm getting really into it now, Anna.
I love it. It's so true though. It is so true. Everyone's got a skill. Everyone's got something to share, and everyone can make a difference in the world. So we'll leave it as that. It's been great to have you on the show, Emma. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. I've loved it. Thank you so much.
And one last thing, if anyone wants to reach out directly to you, which platform, social media wise, do you hang out the most? You've got to pick one. I know you're on a
probably Style Den, which is mainly Facebook, or Instagram with Prodigal_Fox. We're on Instagram and Facebook on there, so either one of those is fine.
All right, brilliant. All right, great stuff. Thanks again.
Thanks, Anna.
Bye. Thanks for listening to another episode of Your Freedom Podcast. And don't forget to subscribe on iTunes and subscribe on my YouTube channel. And if you want to get more freedom in your life, then come and join Your Freedom Project Facebook group, which the link is below in the comments section. And I am giving you a copy of my visualization manifesting book. So manifest more freedom in your life and live the life of your dreams.
Hey, thank you for listening. Hope you had a blast. Here to elevate your life. It's the Freedom Podcast. Love, money, mind. Love, money, mind. Wanna see you all win. Wanna see you all shine. Just make sure that you subscribe. Bringing good vibes. Join the Facebook group. Now it's time to change your life. Hope you come back. Right now is the chance. This is an experience. It's the Freedom Podcast. Hey.